Okay, so yesterday we talked about what I call a functional sympathetic. And one of the hidden dangers of being a functional sympathetic is that you can still be functioning at a high level while your capacity is quietly shrinking to the point you might not know it. And honestly, I've experienced this myself personally. There was a period in my life where I had a really good rhythm, and I'm bringing it back. Every afternoon, almost every afternoon, I do what I would call a Zen 10. Nothing crazy. Close my eyes, maybe even fall asleep for that few minutes. Maybe just do some breath work. Disconnect from the stimulation just for a few minutes. And what I didn't realize at the time, because I didn't have the language for it, I wasn't being lazy. I was maintaining capacity. At that point in my life, I could do deep focused work for like an hour and a half. Clear thinking, creativity, presence, good emotional regulation. But over time, as life got busier, more urgency, more output, more stress, more stimulation. And little by little, I stopped honoring those moments of time that actually restored me. Probably made excuses. I don't have time for that. And that's when I noticed something really important. My focus capacity started shrinking. What used to be that hour and a half of deep work, suddenly it seemed like it was out of nowhere. It became 15 to 20 minutes before my brain started scattering. I became irritable, restless, sometimes even disenchanted with the very work that I was doing, which was actually quite meaningful. And what's interesting is, from the outside, I still looked functional. I was still working, producing, showing up. But internally, my nervous system was basically borrowing from tomorrow to survive today. This is a common pattern. This is what I see happen clinically all the time with high performers. The nervous system adapts too well to pushing that many people don't even realize that their capacity is declining. And still they start experiencing things like brain fog, irritability, chasing, loss of creativity, poor recovery, or inability to stay in focus, or even immune issues. And this is why in orientation-based medicine, we talk so much about state before capacity before orientation. Because eventually the system stops responding to more force. It just doesn't have it within it anymore. So at some point, restoration has to become intentional. And sometimes that starts with something as simple as a walk, a pause, gratitude, a little stillness, quietness, nature, or even what I used to call a Zen 10. It's not because we're weak, but it's because capacity really matters. So if this resonated with you, reach out if you want to experience your own OBM mapping session so we can identify where you are on this trajectory.